table, here I am with one of my friends, Shane. Hi, Shane. How you doing?
Hey, good, man. I'm good. What's up with me?
Shane is another guy I know from the Comic-Con circuit. He's always got a table with his excellent comics out in front. Shane, would you like to tell us, everybody, a little bit about yourself?
My name is Shane Melisse, aka Shane Face, and I kind of make, I guess it's leaning more towards comedy, horror, sort of slice of life sort of stuff. I'm still kind of like, I haven't really got a niche yet, I suppose. So it's a bit hard to pinpoint. As for my style, it's like colorful and bold. There's like elements of manga in there that people can pick up on. And yeah, I like drawing stuff that involves weapons oftenly as well.
Oh, is it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's heavily involved in some of your work. That we'll come on to that in a bit, actually, because I want to talk about one or two of your books and something that's upcoming as well from yourself. So anyway, what I'm going to do is get the big gold box out to find out what we're going to be drawing today. So there's this big gold box we're going to be using. So the first thing I'm going to put out is, oh, it's upside down. That's not a good start. There we go. So we are going to be drawing, Shane, a college professor who is obsessed with proving unicorns are real.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
That's not all. You've got two more cues to go on top of that. The college professor who is obsessed with proving unicorns are real is also going to be a gambler. He's a gambling college professor. And these suggestions came from Leica and Dust Bunny Mafia, both from Switzer. Thank you very much for those guys. And finally, a location for this guy or woman, could be either, is a haunted house. Thank you to Charles H. Raymond for that one.
Ooh.
So we have a gambling college professor who is obsessed with proving unicorns are real, based in a haunted house. Right, you up for that?
Yeah, I can buy it that one. My screen, my tough handwriting and spelling, and Professor Unicorns Real.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
And a haunted house, is it?
Yes, and that's the backdrop, the haunted house. This is quite an involved one. There's quite a lot of elements to remember. Don't worry if you forget any of them. It's not.
I'll write it down.
It's not going to lose points.
On the screen in really bad handwriting, so I might still forget because I can't read it.
So I need to ask you two questions for a start. Have you got a drink with you?
I have a coffee.
At this time of night.
Well, it's a decaf actually.
Oh, phew. That's all right. That's allowed. I'm going to allow that. Good.
I'd have said that more. Yeah, would have been a bit weird. Of like, it's like I'm not sleeping tonight.
I just got up.
I
forgot to mention that Shane is a vampire. So yeah, let's just bear that in mind. Second question is, again, after I've said you're a vampire, have you had your dinner yet?
Yes, I have. Yes.
What did you have? Pasta. That's good.
Some chili, sausage. It was nice. It was good stuff.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good thing. Very good. Excellent. It's not important. I just had to start that way. Cool. Let's get down to this. What sort of equipment are you using?
So I have a XP pen, like I guess sort of Cintiq, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool. I've had it for about I think coming to 4 years now, and
oh, wow. Yeah. How are you finding it? It must be pretty decent.
Yeah, like it took me a while to get used to. Like, so when I first got it, I didn't even use it for about like 4 months.
Can be quite daunting, can't it?
Yeah, because it was like, I don't know, it wasn't as bad as using like the old school like Wacom tablet with the whole, looking at the screen and not watching your hand draw and stuff.
Yes, I used that for years. One of those, yeah.
But yeah, it was after like I did that was it. So I bought the tablet, and then I made a night comic, which was all traditional. Like it was all done by hand with paint markers, and I was really happy with it. But I was like, oh man, I just like bought something to make 3D, digital stuff, and I've just spent the past like 2 months making something traditional. And but since I've put time into it, it only really took me like 2 weeks of actually like focusing on it and actually watching a few small videos of like
that's always
tricks
helpful. Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. And then it kind of just like got used to it after. I got better over time, and now I just use it so much more. It almost came to a point where I almost forgot how to kind of just draw normally with pen and paper. Well, I still have my sketchbook, which surprisingly I haven't finished it. In the past, I would finish my sketchbook in like a month or two. Like since I've been using the Cintiq more, the sketchbook's been lasting for like a year now.
Fantastic. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're just not getting through that paper, are you?
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it's been good. I would definitely recommend XP Pen. Like it's a lot cheaper than like a Wacom tablet. I haven't really used the Wacom ones properly to give like a really like clear like comparison, but
yeah,
I've been using this and my work's coming out just as good as I feel. It's pretty good.
Good. Yeah, you got some really nice work. I saw some of your recent work, and the line work on it is beautiful. So you got some really nice, crisp, clear lines on those images. Saw some character designs that you've done. They're looking really, really nice.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm definitely getting better with the line work because all it really took me to do was actually just realize like just playing around with the line thickness. So I used to draw with thicker lines before, and now it's getting thinner and thinner actually.
Yeah. They are really thin lines, and the thinner the lines, I've found that the harder it is to get it to look right. So that's a real art, actually. I think that's skill.
Yeah, no, you're right, and I guess part of it is that I'm actually just tracing it over and over.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way, mate. That's an excellent way of doing it.
Silver Fighters. So
yes, that's the one. That's the one. I love that one.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, that was really fun and really like I was like, what am I doing when I was doing it? Because I was really like giving myself a big task.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I mean, it's hard enough doing Inktober anyway.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, like so doing that and then having the concept of making it into like a sort of fighting game characters as well with like a storyline and moves and stuff. I had a friend helping me out with it who plays a lot of fighting games, so I was using his knowledge of like, what is a good character, and
nice.
We both had fun making up with like the background stories and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a really cool project to work on. It went on like, I mean, so I did the October Inktober stuff, and then I put it on pause for a little while. And during that time, I was just kind of, me and my mate was just coming up with character names and background stories to go with the drawings. And I ended up doing only like half of the month, just because 2 reasons, like finance, to print all that many pages.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And also like the time as well. Like I wanted it to be ready for MCM London at the time, and when I was trying to like predict how much I can get done, it felt like only reasonable that I could only do like 15 characters. But no, it was cool. Like people didn't really mind too much. Like it was only like half of the Inktober characters that I came up with. It came out pretty well. There's a handful of like characters in there that definitely feel has potential for their own sort of story.
Oh, fantastic! So it could be the start of something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, that's so that was that one. Inktober Fighters.
That's very cool. Is it called the Inktober Fighters?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we named it. It's like it could potentially be like if someone really wanted to. I don't know how to make like video games, but
Yeah.
if someone wanted to try and like um, make into a fighting game, that would be awesome.
Yeah, cool. That's a really, really good idea, actually. I love that idea. I mean, I've always, even as a kid, I was obsessed with drawing and making up characters for computer games and stuff with different skills and different equipment and stuff. And used to love that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'd love to do a project like that again. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I definitely like recommend it. And yeah, it's just good practice as well to come up with characters and like personalities and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
generally storytelling.
Yeah, it's a good point. There's a couple of wrestling comics out there that are really good. There's the Legend of Mariposa by James Lawrence. That's a really good one. And there's another one. His name is escaping me. I've got something over here. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. One sec. Nope, I can't remember. So what I'm going to do is when I go back to the edit on this, I'm going to pop it in here. Here it is. Here's the name of it. And there we go. It's gone. So Shane doesn't know, but you guys at home, you know what I'm talking about. There we go.
I have no idea.
It's really excellent. Anyway, I'll text you it anyway. I'll WhatsApp it over to you once I've remembered what it is. But that's very good fun. So yeah, they're all good sort of fighter stuff. But I think a lot of comics have got you design your hero, and often they've got certain characteristics. They might have certain equipment or an outfit that you get to choose aspects of. So I think there's a lot of that in general comic making as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think like I can't remember who I saw say it, but it was like comic artists is like they're like fashion designers as well as
Yes, exactly.
it's like so much goes into it that you don't really realize at the time,
Yeah.
And often you have to look at other comics to get ideas of like, okay, it's going to be someone based in this time period or what sort of
Yes, yeah, exactly. I did that when I remembered designing the outfit for Spring Heel Jack in the comics that I do, and just trying out different stuff, and in the end, it just went with the funnest stuff. So he's got like big long black gloves, he's got a waistcoat on, he's got massive big boots with a big old high heel on them, as well as this sort of leather sort of cap, I suppose, that goes right over his head and his eyes. You can really go to town with these sort of things, can't you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is great fun. So what's the thing you've got coming up? What are you working on at the moment?
So from like the start of the year, I had like a sort of webcomic idea where just at the time it was just an idea of like a sort of ghost story, well, gag story. Ghost story, but with like short gags.
Yeah.
Like from the ghost point of view.
That's fun. I like the sound of that. That's a great premise.
Yeah, so it would be like the whole like they're trying to haunt people, and you kind of see why they're trying to haunt them, basically. Like other than just the fact of like just trying to be like bad ghosts. Like
yeah.
Like if they were nice people, then maybe they wouldn't try to get rid of them so much and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cross between Beetlejuice and What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, nice. I love it. That sounds great.
So yeah, I've got like a few gag ideas. It took me a while to really like figure out exactly how I want it to go or what I wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I've got it in a good enough spot that I can start making stuff from it, and then it's done in a way where like I can keep adding characters and take characters away as well.
Cool.
Because it would be like all in like a house, and because it's from the girl's perspective, you'll only see like the characters when they're in this house. You won't see what they're up to outside of the house as they go to work or with
You're right, because it's completely into. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Yeah.
yeah. So I've just been like so it's gonna be quite character driven, which is why I was putting a lot of attention into the whole like character sheets and stuff like that. To try to get an idea of like the personalities and interests and that sort of stuff. And then so yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment.
That's great. That sounds amazing. What's it called? Has it got a name for it yet?
Yeah, it's called Living with the Living.
Fantastic. Living with the Living. I like that. That's really good.
Oh, thanks, man.
How far are you through? Are we going to see it this year, do you think? Or
yeah. So I'm going to take my time with it. Like, so I'm trying to like make a buffer. So, my plan is to start releasing it around October, I guess, in time for Halloween.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm hoping to have at least 5 gags like fleshed out by then.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be like ideally 4 panels would be great, but I'll see when I'm like actually storyboarding it if it's just going to be like 4 or 6 or 8. I guess it depends on what the gag is, really.
Exactly. Yeah. I had to do that with my Captain Fishbeard books, because some of them are. It started off as proper 1-pagers, but with like 5 different panels, so it would be 4 and then a big panel at the end, or various things like that. But then when I had to translate them onto the webtoons, they became a long, sort of thin thing. So you got sort of various squares going down the page, and then it had to translate into an A5 size book. So I had to sort of change format again, and some of them you find out that the jokes take up 1 page, and some of them the jokes take up 4 pages, because it's just the way you have to format it differently. So you just get to play around with it, I guess.
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm not going to be too rigid with how the flow goes. I see. I just kind of like. I mean, almost everything I make, I never have like a flat out plan. It's always like. I have an idea and I have like a sort of structure to it, but there's always like a bit of room for some sort of like spontaneous stuff to it, especially when it comes to like comedy and stuff. Like it's hard to predict everything like so far ahead. Like
exactly, yeah,
because obviously part of humor is like surprise and
absolutely.
And surprise yourself with it. Like you're doing a panel, and then you're like, actually, this face is quite funny. So add to it, and you may have not planned to draw that face to begin with, and then like, oh, now this face could be great for this phrase, or
it's so the way I've often storyboarded things out and then just gone, actually, this could be a lot funnier if it's had this in here, and it completely changes the whole plot then. But then sometimes it can, sometimes it's just a little added joke. But it's good though.
Yeah, it's part of the fun, like it's nice.
It is.
Surprise yourself as well. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I find that now with some of the stuff I've drawn sort of 2 or 3 years ago, I can read it and go, I don't remember writing this. I like it's just good. Oh, that's quite funny. That's good.
Even sketchbooks. You look at your old sketchbooks. And,
I
don't know if you ever went to the drink and draw stuff like with Gosh and all that back in the day, but like
no, I haven't.
Just sitting in the pub and doodling, like
right.
When you look at it when you're sober, and you're like, wait a minute.
That is good. I often put if I think of things when I'm out and about, I'll put them in my phone and come back to think of them. And sometimes I'll look through there and go, oh, I've got anything else in here, because I'll need a bit more content on something. I'll look through and go, oh, that's really funny. I was like, who wrote that? I was like, oh, I did. Right, just previous. Okay. No wonder it made me laugh.
Oh man, yeah. I think the worst I experienced for Comic Con sort of hostels, or whatever, was it was in Glasgow about 3 or 4 years ago, and
Yeah.
it was super cheap, like £12 or something. Like,
Wow.
but it was so dodgy. Like, they had a sign when we walked in, like something along the lines of if you're happy to work here, then you don't have to pay. And so, like, the person that was serving us, well, I guess, was staying there, and she was just, she had no idea what she was doing. And two of our friends got the wrong room. Like, they and I don't know, for some reason they weren't really keen on like saying, oh, I think you gave us the wrong room. They kind of just like dealt with it.
Yeah.
So we ended up like sharing a small single bed, like two big guys.
Putting up with it.
Yeah. And then on top of that, even worse, like, I don't know where, because I couldn't see it, but there's people doing karaoke, like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and I think it stopped at one point at like 4 a.m. and then it started at like 6.
Oh.
And then, but then when I left the room to go to the toilet, I couldn't see anyone outside, but it was so loud, and it was like, where's this karaoke coming from?
Ghosts, man, it's the ghosts.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, didn't like me or wanted me to get.
What were the songs they were doing? Were they from like a particular decade or?
Oh, for the comic. So yeah, so the ghosts, they're from like the 80s.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so which is like, I can play around with the whole 80s nostalgia and stuff.
That's nice. Yeah.
One of them's a gamer, so yeah, I can kind of play around with that stuff, like the old NES console and Atari and stuff like that.
They're very easy to draw as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Old school game references, or just draw them. Yeah, it would be fun.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah, and then and the people are like, yeah, from today's times, and I guess I can also like use it as a way to kind of like take a little, so the way things are at the moment, and like the things people that we do, social media and stuff like that. It's like and I guess also like the ghosts, they wouldn't have like, because I think the way the way I have it in my head is that no one else has lived in the house up until this point.
Yeah.
So they have no clue or like what the outside world is like now. So them seeing like smartphones and like tablets.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And all that stuff. It's gonna be a bit like, what the hell? So and even like
it's gonna be mind blowing.
Seeing how games have developed like since the 80s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, still be well into it. Yeah.
Like that still like impresses myself. Like, I mean, I was only born in '89, so I wasn't alive to like the really like experience when like gaming really started kicking off. But yeah, I still play some of the old school games, and yeah, when I look at games today, like the PS5 and stuff, it's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it? How far we've come. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I remember having old 8-bit consoles, and then 16 bits, like a Mega Drive and a SNES, and then suddenly moving up to these just the 32, and then they just came so quickly, didn't they? It's got they stopped putting numbers on them because it wasn't about how much memory they had, how fast the processors were.
Yeah, imagine now if they kept trying to do that, it would be so ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Mega Drive 1 billion or something. Oh, that's good. Are you a gamer now? Do you still play games and that sort of thing, or?
I buy games, but not necessarily play them. Yeah, so yeah, my nephews play a lot of games. I kind of just like watch them these days.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they got the time to get through it. Where if I get really into a game and I do enjoy it, I start feeling a bit guilty after a little while.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like, and it's not even a guilty in a sense of like, oh, I'm a grown man, I shouldn't be playing games. It's more just like, I actually have something to do.
Yeah, I should be doing like work or something productive, or yeah, like putting some washing on or something, you know.
But yeah. So I do definitely. There was a time period when I thought my gaming days were over, and that was basically when I started like taking the comic stuff seriously.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of just like, so that would have been around like 2012, I guess. So yeah, I just stopped playing my consoles, and I had games at the time that I just bought, and for about at least 5 years they were still like in its original packaging. I hadn't even been opened. Wow. And then yeah, it's only like 2 years ago I finally like bought PS4 again. Well, I bought PS4, and
yeah.
Oh great, I'm back into it now.
Have you still got the PS4?
Yeah, I still do. Yeah, I still play it a little bit. Especially like during lockdown, it's been great.
Yeah.
But now that it's like coming out of lockdown, well, kind of, I can't stay indoors as much as I was before. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What sort of games do you like to play then?
I guess like role-playing games and.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm quite into like sort of like one-player games more than like. I don't really play online that much.
Yeah.
So like, I like the sort of like Dark Souls games, that sort of like challenging, frustrating games.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like stuff with like nice, interesting storylines to it, and yeah, like I like fighting games as well. Hence, like the whole Untitled Fighters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But no, yeah, I was always a big fan of the RPGs. That's the puzzle games. So like that stuff like Monkey Island games, and those ones you have got to work something out, a little bit of mystery. Like you said, a nice storyline that goes through it as well. You can get really involved in it.
Yeah.
That was the early doors, anyway. How's your picture coming along?
So what's that?
How's your picture coming along?
It's getting there. It's yeah, just going over the lines again now.
Gotta get those right.
Yeah, so like at first when we got the combination, I was like drawing a professor, making him look spooky, unicorns. So I had no idea what I was doing. But
it comes together though, doesn't it?
It seems to come together, yeah. I feel like I think when I put the colours in there, then it will definitely start to
Yeah, when you do it digitally, the colours come in so quick, don't they? It brings things to life.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever used Posca pens?
Yeah, I love them, man. I was using them so much, like just before.
That's a real experience, isn't it? It's a real like painting and having a lot of fun with those.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, actually, Posca pens really helps me develop my drawing skills a lot more as well.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I think because like the way I was using it, it was kind of like just using because the nibs were really big and thick. I would just like create the shape, like at first or whatever it is, and then I'll just like use the next color as like a shadow to kind of mold whatever face it might be or object, and then I'll get an idea from the light and shadow of the two colors, and then I just get the ink pen over it, and then it kind of like I'll use that as the line work. So the line work was the last bit. Yeah. The drawing.
That's the satisfying thing, isn't it? When you put that, all the colours are down, then you can put it in place and just that's it. The ink goes right over the top and makes it whole. Yeah, it's really cool. I absolutely love them. I've been really into them. Got more into them recently, actually. I've had them for a little while, but hadn't used them that much. And do you know James Chapman?
Yeah, amazing.
He's stunning, isn't he?
I really love it because like his one is so neat. Because when pens, it's like a complete mess. Like I don't. I'm quite
Same, same.
yeah. I mix the colours together. The nibs get all modelled up. Like, and part of me is kind of I don't care. That's quite fun. And then I won't know. Oh, this might be blue and Posca pen, but when I put it down, it might be green. Like.
Exactly. Yeah, he's so talented. It really is. It's a real art to do it. I mean, I like you've said, I do mine, and I'm like, okay, I've done mine. I'm pretty pleased with that. And I'll look at something he's done and just go, how? I can't even imagine how you start with that. And now I've watched him do it numerous times. I still don't know how he does it.
Yeah, same, yeah. And so neatly, and it's like so precise, and and even like just getting like the right colors all the time, like yeah. Because it is a bit overwhelming when you go and buy them and you see all the variations of like Posca pen colors, and like I used to forget which ones like the turquoise. Then it's like 2 or 3 shades of turquoise. I think.
But like, I want to try them out. But then I look online and they're like, if you want to buy individual ones, they're like £3 each. And I'm like, I get it wrong. I can't just buy like 10 of these just to try them because it's too expensive, you know. But they're just so good. Actually, I've got James. But James has been on the channel actually. He's cool. He's done some drawings with us with Poscas. Very excitingly, he did this book called The Poscas. Have you seen this one before?
Yeah. I remember he released it last year in Thought Bubble, I think.
Yes, that's where I picked this one up. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really good fun. So he's got a Patreon now, actually, James. So anyone out there who wants to support James, go to his Patreon. I'm sure it's patreon.com/James Chapman. Maybe, or maybe it's Soundamals. Maybe it's /Soundamals. Try that. Anyway, it's great, and I'm sure he'll have some wonderful exclusive content on there. Well, I know he has because I'm a supporter of his already. So yeah, look him up. Are you selling any of your stuff? Any of your stuff online? Have you got shops or Etsy stores?
Yeah, I have got an online shop. It's just shaneface.com, and it's like my portfolio site as well as the shop.
Oh, nice. Good idea.
And so got that done this year actually. So that exists.
Very nice. Yeah, it's always a thing that artists are often not that great at selling themselves, and certainly getting the shop set up and that sort of stuff. I'm certainly not. I know a lot of other artists who aren't as well. But yeah, it's totally essential. You just really need somewhere for people to find you and find your work, and because otherwise, how are people gonna buy your stuff and support you?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep you going.
Yeah, definitely. So it definitely helps a lot, and it's happy with how the website turned out. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good. How do you do it? Is it a
I paid someone. Like I don't know how to make websites or anything.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Yeah, get them to sort it up. And But is it linked to a shop which just sends you an email saying send this guy out this book or thing, or is it an Etsy or a fulfillment thing, or what's behind the scenes?
So basically, so the guy that I hired to make the website for me, he kind of like it's all part of the site he made. So it just links to my PayPal, and there's another section that's behind like the scenes where I manage like the stock and
cool,
and like I see the address and all that sort of stuff. So I tell the people like myself like, okay, it's on its way, all that sort of stuff. And so like I'm kind of like it involves all that stuff, and it's working out okay so far.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. That's an excellent way to do it.
Yeah, cause I did have an Etsy at one point, but I wasn't really good at really like pushing it all the time.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, and then I guess like there were times I was making a few sales, but I felt that the what's it called? The amount that they take off themselves after the sale.
Oh yeah, the commission on the
yeah.
It can be quite a bit, can't it?
Yeah, unless you like sell like a lot within that space of time, it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
But if it's like, just like a print and a comic over like 4 weeks, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, I've still got that, and it is just like that sort of thing. And you get, get the odd £3 sent through or £6 sent through to the bank account. You're like, yeah, cheers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, damn it, I was counting on that whole like 12 quid to get takeaway tonight.
Yeah, I can have the chips. That'll be it.
Yeah.
What have you been up to today? Has it been a busy day for you today?
Not that busy actually. What's I doing today? So I've been looking into like trying to do some t-shirt like prints like at some point. So like I don't know, people always mentioned it to me like, oh, your drawings would be great on t-shirts and stuff like that.
I can imagine that.
And then yeah, I guess like just a few days ago, I was like, you know what, I think everyone might be right.
Yeah.
I consider it, and actually try and at least like do a small run as an experiment and see how that goes.
Yeah.
And so I was asking a few questions on Instagram over the last few days, and yeah, got some nice feedback from some of the followers. And one suggested of like an old poster that I did like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So if I did like a version of that, like suitable for a t-shirt, like that would be great. And I was like, actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. So today I was kind of just drawing that, really trying to figure that out.
Oh, cool. What's it got on it? What's the sort of design?
So the poster that they were referring to was one where it's like this like a girl on the laptop working kind of like late at night, and there's like a poster behind her which states don't waste time doing things you hate, and then like on the back of her laptop it says take your time, no one cares.
I've seen that. Yes, take your time, no one cares. I've seen that.
Yeah,
definitely. I remember seeing that when I was looking at your. Well, yeah, it must. Maybe it was. Is it on your Twitter maybe as well, or maybe it was on your Instagram?
yeah, I think it might be my like the main picture on my Twitter. Like
Yeah, that is it. That is definitely it. Because that made me laugh when I saw it. I remember seeing that at the back of the laptop. Take your time, no one cares.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, so it's like that'd be great on the t-shirt, and I was like, yeah, I think let me give that a shot and see if I can like the original, the old poster has like too many colors and it's very detailed.
Yeah, you need to sort of simplify it down, don't you?
Yeah. So and also like I drew that like years ago, and I feel like somebody draw it better now. So
That's
kind of a new rendition version of it today, and yeah, I'm liking how it's looking.
Cool.
And I don't know if I would actually use it as a t-shirt just yet, but I thought let me just do it anyway.
Definitely, yeah. How are you going to get it into t-shirt? Are you going to print it yourself, or are you going to use one of the online services or something?
Yeah, I'm still looking into that. So I did find a company that like from someone else who's used them, and I had one of the t-shirts that they printed from this company.
Oh yeah.
And it's really good quality and nice print, and like the colors don't wash out like after being in the washing machine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm quite keen to go with that actually, but at the same time, it's money and a bit more of a gamble with it. There are those like demand, like print on demand sites as well.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty good, but they're not the cheapest. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't make as much profit from them as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think like if Comic Cons were still happening, I'll probably be more happy to just get like a batch for myself that I can sell them at cons. But because like right now, like cons probably won't be on. Well, not probably won't. It won't be until next year.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
not too sure how keen I am to have like a batch of t-shirts in my room.
Yeah, exactly. Your boxes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially because I'm not the best salesman right now, so it could be a while.
Yeah, I got some prints done recently. Because I think I had a couple of people that said that they might want one, so I got 100 printed, and I've sold 3. So I'm just gonna have all these prints, and I'm like, well, there was some demand, but you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't know. Sometimes you should just like wait it out as well. Like I've done drawings that like when I done it didn't get a big hit, and then like somehow like half a year later on Twitter, it's just getting a lot of likes suddenly.
Yeah. It's random. Started drawing a sloth now as well.
Oh, nice.
I should have drawn you as a sloth. I didn't think about that. I'm not clever enough to do that. How do you do that? What do you do when you have somebody and you need to draw them as a sloth? What do you how do you start that?
I guess so technically like the face shape is always the same, and the eyes is generally the same, and the nose. Of the body.
Okay, so it's basically a scam you're running, okay?
We take into account like the hair or the hat, or is it got a piercing?
Of course, right.
Like yeah, all that sort of stuff. So you're just gonna take these like other bits of detail of them. Sometimes like I often ask them like, do they have any hobbies or interests or like something that they like doing?
Yeah, good thinking, you're right.
Yeah, it kind of makes it more relatable to them, and also it kind of like that way it stops me from just drawing the same thing over and over. I can easily
yeah, exactly.
Like all the time, and often it still ends up being the same pose anyway, because like it's always often the common answers is like gaming, watching TV, sleeping, eating. That's pretty much it, really. Those are common ones. So I'm always drawing something along those lines. And sometimes they're a bit like they weren't guessing that they were gonna get asked that sort of question, and I think they feel a bit like, oh wow, I need to think about this.
Yeah, what do I do?
Yeah. So at that time, that's when I was giving them like suggestions, like, do you play an instrument? What's your favorite meal?
Yeah, of course.
And then I can help them out with that. And then sometimes it just be like, yeah, I like sleeping. It's like, okay, cool, I'll draw you sleeping. That's what it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, like, it was originally Sajin's thing, and when I started doing Comic Cons with him, like, there was technically 4 of us doing a sloth portraits at one point.
Yeah, because I see another guy with that that sort of banner up as well. Yeah.
So there's a guy called Dan Desoda and Dan DeSoso, and he was also like one of the main parts of like our like sort of hangout group.
Right.
And so he was one of the guys who was doing it. But
is that Dan Death Bulge?
No, not Death Bulge.
Not that Dan.
It's American Dan.
Okay.
He's now back in America, which is why he's not doing it with
Back to
us.
his own patch now. He can do sloths exclusively.
Yeah. So I think that's sloths back in America. So but yeah. So yeah, that was fun. So when I first started doing it was quite like I really just jumped into the deep end because it was like I never really drew sloths before as well. So it was like just trying to copy like Sajin and the others of like how they did it, and trying to make it into my own. And you know, like I guess it's always a bit it can be like a bit scary, like, you know, doing portraits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like especially at the very beginning when you're trying something new. Because you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna do bad ones.
Yeah.
But fortunately, people are generally quite polite and very rarely like admit when it's bad. Yeah. And also I think like if you do it fast enough, they're kind of impressed by the speed.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Takes the focus off. Like, and also they're not expensive, so
yeah. And they go, wow, this is terrible, but at least it was quick. You know?
Yeah. Wasted an hour of my life watching a site terrible boys with me. It's fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. I need to find something fun like that actually. Yeah, because I am jealous of people who have these really fun things to do at cons. Often I walk around and chat to people when it's a bit quiet, and they're like, and I'm like, oh man, it's quiet, isn't it? Like, no, man, I've been drawing loads of commissions. It's really good. I'm like, oh, well, you don't want to talk to me then. All right, fine.
It is cool, but sometimes it can also be a bit like, I mean, it definitely saves you at really quiet conventions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can be a bit like, oh man, you know, I spend all my time making these comics, and this is what I really want to sell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's just not as personal, is it? Yeah, Charles does Fakemon. So he does basically a Pokemon of your own choosing. So you can choose like an animal, and then you choose the type of Pokemon, so like a water type, a fire type, or whatever. Yeah. And he's experienced in knowing how to draw like the characteristics of those, so he can just do any animal off the cuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. And John Tucker, do you know John Tucker?
I don't think so.
He does lots of live streams and Twitch streaming, that sort of stuff. He's been on this channel before as well, actually. But he used to do a thing called Death Roulette.
Okay.
On the circuit, and basically he would spin a wheel with various different ways of people dying in unfortunate circumstances, and whenever the wheel came out as, he would draw you dying in that way.
Oh wow. Brilliant. That's awesome.
So that's great. He doesn't do them anymore, but I think he's revived them for a charity project recently. So John's brilliant. He gets into lots of charity work. Ooh. And his pictures are fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I guess like also like whenever, especially now at conventions, I'm really bad at making new friends. It's kind of like I know like I guess I know enough people for the time being.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
doing it or something. Whenever I walk around the convention, I always just go to the same people.
Yeah, find your mates, don't you? Yeah.
Rather than, I think only like on the last day, or the last hour of the last day, I really like actually branch out and actually see like other people who I knew or don't actually know, and try and mingle. But at that point, everyone's a bit too tired to talk anyway.
Exactly, everyone's exhausted. Yeah. It's good if you go drinking with people in the middle of it, though. That's always a good way to make new mates there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely miss that side of it.
Yeah, that's one of the big things I really miss. It's just seeing the people. I miss those guys. Miss you and Sajan and just everybody. There's just hundreds of people there you just don't see otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
On to the next. Oh, I haven't got any more paper. 1 minute. I need to get some more paper.
Okay, cool.
This is the one thing about using traditional media. You can run out. Okay, so for the last bit, what we do, make sure that's in there. Yep, good. Is I'm going to get out of my mug here a suggestion which has been given to us by the good people of Twitter of an animal. What we're going to do is once I give you this animal, you're going to draw it with your eyes closed.
Oh, wow.
Same at the same time.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Well, a bit nervous, I suppose, because also, like, I'm not very good at knowing animals too well, so hopefully it's one that I would know.
Let's see. It is a tough one. Sent in by @postman_Gav. Your animal today to draw with your eyes closed is a cat.
Oh, wow, okay, it's tough.
You familiar with a cat?
We'll have to Google that.
Yeah, Google that and just get a good idea of it. All right, wait, you ready?
How long do we have to draw with our eyes closed, or is it just like as long as it takes?
Yeah. As long as you can draw with your eyes closed, really.
Okay, cool. Oh, then. Cool.
Ready?
And then
3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, I should have planned where to start with this. Oh no.
man, it's gonna be so bad. I don't even because like it's not even like I don't even know if I'm having the pen like on like the paper off the screen.
Who knows? Oh man, I don't know where I've got I've got legs to do, and I haven't figured out where the body is. Whiskers. What else do cats have? I don't know.
Yeah, I got too curious to know whether I'm like.
Oh wow. How's it? How's yours?
I'm happy with it actually. Well, I only drew the head.
Yeah.
but I'm happy with it being like a. It looks pretty crazy. So I have been a really giant, kind of like crack cat head.
No, it's pretty abstract. Yeah. Mine's all over the shop. It looks like I've scribbled all over the page. And I've written cat underneath it as well. Oh, mate. Right, what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of colour to my cat while you tell people where they can find you online and where your online store is again.
Okay. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter on Shaneface. That's ShaneFaced, and shaneface.com for my online shop and my portfolio website as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Simple as.
Good stuff. I'm writing that. Shanefaced.com. There we go. It's written out, so in case people want to see that spelt out, there it is. All it remains for me to say is, Shane, thank you so much for joining me today on this video. It's been a huge fun talking to you.
Cheers, man. Thanks. You too, man. Had a lot of fun.
Cheers. See you soon.